Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your girl, Maria in the mix. You're rocking with DJ Ria. I'm your host, Maria. I'm so happy you guys are back. We have an amazing episode for you guys tonight. I have a super amazing guest. Listen, okay, we're just going to get straight to the point because I'm really excited because I am so happy to tell everybody this new project that you have going on. But before we are going to introduce you, so everybody, I would love you to please welcome all the way from Las Vegas. You're in Vegas right now, right?
Yep, Vegas,
Are you in
yeah.
Vegas? Okay, perfect. All the way from Las Vegas. 12-year MBA pro turned philanthropist, doing all these amazing things within the community, especially with his Quiet Storm Foundation, doing all the work that he needs to do in the community for the people and for our youth. Then turned author, which is the main reason why we're all here tonight, is to discuss this amazing project that you have going on. And we're super excited. And I'm so happy that you wanted to come here on Maria in the Mix and share it with me. And I'm so happy that you're one of my peoples and my friends. And I'm so blessed to have you come on the stage tonight. So everybody, please welcome CJ Watson.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
You're
Appreciate it.
welcome. How you been? How's everything going?
Everything's going good. Just trying to, stay safe, wear the mask, and be a teacher to the little kids, to my kids, and I'm just trying to make sure they're on task and doing their homework and things of that nature. And that's pretty much it.
Well, I love it. The people love it. We love what you're doing, and the community, your community especially, thanks you. And I'm just super excited to discuss the main reason why you're here tonight, which is your book, which is basically you once again giving back to the community. So
Yeah.
let's please talk about how CJ, this NBA basketball, superstar, turns author, and now you have, at least 3 books out, and you're
Yeah.
working on this series. So let's talk about this amazing project. Let's go.
Yeah. So it was I never planned on, being an author. When I finished playing basketball and I retired fully, I just, I wanted to continue to inspire kids. And I thought, why not tell my story the way I want to tell it, what way can kids relate to it and get knowledge from it. And I thought about reading books and writing my own book and creating my own book. I thought, let's just try it and do it. And once I put my mind to do something, I tried to just see it all the way through. And the first one came out. It was a big success. I loved it. The feedback was great. And came out with the second one and the third one. So now we're working on the fourth one and just trying to continue to inspire kids and give them knowledge.
I love it. We love it. And this book is called CJ's Big.
CJ's Big Dream is the first one. That one's mostly about my dream of playing basketball and making it to the NBA. The second one is called CJ's Big Project. That one's mostly about homework. That one came about because my parents were big on me and my little brother, making sure our grades were straight. If we didn't have good grades, we couldn't play basketball or go outside and play in the front yard, little things of that nature. And the third one is called CJ's Big Moment, and that one is about bullying and how to handle bullies in a positive manner.
Look at all these amazing things that you're doing, and especially these lessons that you're teaching. And I know you have kids of your own. So this is probably super important and close to you. Not only are you, you have these children in your home, but you're also giving back to other children and teaching these kids lessons each and every day. And I know this has played a big part on you because these books are actually true stories, right? Or they relate to you in some shape or form because it is called CJ, right?
Yeah. All these books are true stories. That's what I wanted to do. I didn't want to tell a fiction or a fake story. I wanted to be all authentic. I wanted the kids to be able to relate to it, and I just wanted to be myself and just kind of open up and just let kids know that they're not going through things by themselves. And us athletes, either retired or the ones playing, we still go through the same things as anyone else.
Yes, of course, because you're human, right? Even though you're these
Right.
superheroes and you have to put on this uniform every day like you're a real superhero, you are
Right.
human and there are mistakes to be learned and lessons to be learned from those mistakes to make you a better person, to grow in life and to excel and evolve. So those are super important. And I just really want to talk about this book that you just came out. So this is your third book. And which one is this? The third book that you have, right? This is
The
CJ's
third,
Big
yeah, CJ's Big
Moment,
Moment,
right?
the one about
Exactly.
bullying and try to handle those bullies in a positive manner. Just trying to, like I said, just be a scapegoat for young kids. I mean, even when I was younger, I got bullied a little bit, but my mom told me to not handle him in a positive manner. My mom told me to don't come home beat up, so I had to fight. But we're trying to teach kids to do it in a positive way, especially with kids bringing guns and knives to school and stuff like that. So
Right.
just make sure they're safe.
Exactly. Exactly. And then your other book, CJ's Big Project. What's that one about?
That one is about homework. CJ got a bad grade on his project, on his science project, and his teacher gave him a chance to redo it. And he kind of was, thinking too hard about it. And one of his friends told him, "Don't think too hard about it. Just do what you're used to, what you're normal." And he made a science project about basketball and the space and the air and the velocity of a basketball and how it bounces and comes back up and all that kind of stuff. I don't want to give it too many details. I want you to buy the book and
Right.
read it. But
Right.
CJ passes his grade and gets to play in the next big game. So
Love it. I love it. And then the last book that you have, CJ's Big.
CJ's Big Dream, which is
Yeah.
all mostly about basketball. Going CJ growing up in an inner city um, neighborhood, and then going to private school, and he sees different things that kind of discourage him to think that his goals can't be accomplished. And throughout the story, his coach just preaches a positive influence on him and teaches him he can do things, even big dreams. And he eventually, wins the big game and goes on to the NBA.
I love it. I actually got a chance to read that book. That was one of my favorite books out of I didn't get the chance to read the other two, so I need to read those. I'm going to buy those
Yeah,
two
we need
other
to,
ones.
you need to get the other two.
Exactly. I have to. And like, but that one that you had, one of my favorite parts about that in the book was he had these lucky socks, right?
Socks. Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah,
So lucky socks. So I've been an athlete my whole life. I played basketball as well. So that's a common thing. And I know being an athlete, we have our own swag. We have our own thing, our own rituals, our own things that we do before the games, like
right.
pre-game rituals, we call them and stuff.
Yeah,
So, if you break those, sometimes it might not go your way. If you're superstitious, you have all these crazy things. Like, trust me,
yeah,
the list goes on with some of my teammates. I'm like, what are you doing before the game?
right. Yeah.
But I know the lucky socks were like a thing for you. Now, was that something in real life for you that like you would have to go everywhere with these socks?
Yeah, so that was a big thing for me. Those lucky socks went everywhere. I didn't wash them. I was very superstitious. Like if I had a good game, one game, I would keep those socks, or I wake up, the same way out of the bed and do the same thing, brush my teeth a certain way, eat a pregame meal the same when I had a
Right.
good game. So those lucky socks were a big part of my life, even when I was younger and throughout college, high school, and in the NBA.
So there's the part in the book where they said they smell. That really happened. Your socks really
Yeah,
smelled, and your
they
parents got
did
upset.
because I never washed them because I thought they were magical.
Oh, yeah, but yes, I so feel
Yeah,
you and I so get you. Like, I even know some teams that if they didn't have their lucky shoes, like, some teams had to wear team shoes.
yeah,
And like,
right,
they were like, no, I'm wearing my own shoes. If I don't wear these
right,
shoes, I don't play like Michael Jordan or something.
right,
So
exactly.
trust
Yeah,
me, I understand the rituals and the feeling. I so get it. Well, if
yeah,
you guys really want to know about it, you guys got to get the book and find out what these lucky socks do in the book. That's like the key thing. So don't forget, you got to get those books. These are literally to die for because I loved reading it and it was inspirational. You really teach like the message is to believe in yourself, right? To
right,
believe in
yeah,
yourself, you can push on and prevail and do anything you set your mind to. Growing up, you being a basketball player, let's get into how did that all become? Because that's what really led to the project with the books because they're about your life. So, how did
right.
you get into basketball, and how did that play into now what you do, which is being an author and philanthropist and an amazing dad?
It was just growing up in the front yard, playing with my little brother, having those kind of battles. Me and my brother always getting little fights and stuff, thinking who's the best. And if one person wins, then we're not going in the house until the next person wins. And
I
then
have
just
a
playing
little
with my dad.
sister.
Right. Yeah, so you know how it is.
Yes,
And then
exactly.
just playing just to stay out of trouble. And then as time got older, or as I got older, I feel like I was pretty good, and then just kept playing just for the fun of it, and then played just to actually go to college because I knew my parents couldn't afford college, so that was a whole main reason of me playing basketball. And then once I got to college, it just kind of dreams kept getting bigger and bigger, and wanted to see where I can do with it, and eventually reach my goal, getting to the NBA.
So, how was that process for you? You played at Tennessee, am I correct?
Yeah, University of Tennessee. Yep, for 4 years.
Amazing. So how was that? You actually went all 4 years. What did you study?
I got my degree in psychology.
Nice. My parents are both
Yeah.
psychologists, so
Okay.
that's amazing. Psychology, I love it. Like I feel
Yeah.
like I got free psychology lessons my whole life, so
Right.
I can analyze anything if I need
Right.
to. But you actually spent all 4 years there. Was that a big decision, into getting you into the NBA? Or did that play a role into getting you to the NBA? You staying that extra year, or where you had offers maybe before? Or what is your process in getting into the NBA? Because that's huge.
Yeah, so my junior year, I was actually going to leave and declare for the draft, but the new coach kind of talked me out of it. He told me, his system was a great system for me. He saw big things in the future for me, and I kind of believed him, and kind of went with it, and it turned out to be true. I kind of had my best year, my senior year, number wise and team wise. So it was a great thing for me to stay that extra year, get that extra year of experience, and get a new system under my belt, and it kind of worked in my favor.
I love it. That's awesome. Who's your coach? Who was your coach then?
That year is Bruce Pearl, but the year before that, the 3 years before that was Buzz Peterson.
Okay, well, shout out to the Pearl and Peterson. Shout out to
Right,
your coaches for
right.
guiding you and giving you that awesome guidance, especially to stay that extra year because it did help you. And your senior year, what happens? Talk to us. Did you go straight to the league and the draft? You could pick up later. What happened? Talk to the people. Tell us the process.
So after my college year, I thought I would get drafted. Didn't get drafted. Had a lot of emotions, being disappointed, let down. But I kind of just used that as fuel to the fire. To
Yes.
not necessarily prove everyone wrong, but just prove to myself that I belonged in the NBA. So I went overseas and played in Italy and Greece for the first year. Then came back
Wow.
to America, played in the D League for a month, and then got called up mid January 2008, and then was there ever since 2017 or 18.
Wow. So you played that long. Tell the people, what teams did you play for? Because you played for some
Uh,
pretty epic teams and you played some pretty big roles in some of those teams, especially I know one or two of them. So where did you
yeah,
start
yeah.
off and
So
what team did you get picked up by first?
the first team I played for was Golden State Warriors. Played there for 2.5 years. Had some great times there, great fans there. And then went on to play with the Chicago Bulls for 2 years. We had the best record in the league for 2 years.
Who are your
Um,
teammates then?
was D Rose was the MVP. We Keith Bogans,
Oh, snap.
Joakim Noah, Carlos Boozer. So we had a pretty good team, deep team, and we lost to some guy named LeBron James. And we couldn't
Oh,
get past
gosh,
him.
that guy.
Yeah, he
What's
hurt
his name
us.
again?
LeBron, yeah, I don't know if anyone's ever heard of him. Then after that, I went to Brooklyn, and that's when I met you there in Brooklyn in New
Yeah.
York, and had a pretty good team. We came up short in the playoffs. So then after that, went to the Indiana Pacers for another 2 years. Ran into another guy named LeBron James again in the Eastern Conference Finals, and stopped us
Is that
short of
his
going to the
cousin?
finals. Yeah, it
Who's
must
that
be a
guy?
stepbrother,
That's his
something like that.
stepbrother. Okay, okay,
Yeah, evil twin.
okay.
And then after that, played another 2 years in Orlando Magic. And then our teams didn't really do as well as expected. Never went to the playoffs or anything like that. But just good to get experience with a young team, up and coming team, and I get to play with some new guys.
Nice. Who was on your team then?
That team was Tobias Harris, Victor Oladipo, Nikola Vucevic, Alfred Payton, a lot of young guys. Not
Yeah, a
Channing
lot of
Frye.
younger guys.
Yeah,
Okay,
a lot
yeah.
of
So
young
that was
guys.
when you're further coming off. Yeah, I know the Harris and all them family. I grew up playing with his sister,
Yeah,
Tasia and stuff. So
Long
I
Island,
love
right?
yes, of course. So
Yeah,
shout out to the Harris family, good
yeah.
peoples. That's awesome. So how was it being on all those teams? Like, and how did that well, how does that attest to your life now, traveling, moving around, and then now being able to be secure? And let's talk about that switch up game. So, you running around the league and trading, was that something in your life that took a toll on you, or did you not mind it? Did you like being traded? You wanted a new
Uh,
scene?
I was actually never traded. I actually got to pick all the places that I played for, which is a
Oh,
pretty cool
nice.
thing. So it was definitely an adjustment just to move different cities. But after like the first or second one, I was kind of used to it. But at the end of the day, it kind of let me see different cities, different cultures, that I probably never, maybe would have got out and saw or whatever. Because when I moved
Exactly.
to New York, I never really liked New York just for visiting there, just with all the traffic and stuff there. But when I
Right.
actually got to live there, I enjoyed, the different ethnicities there, the different boroughs, all that kind of stuff. So I kind of fell in love with New York, and I kind of fell in love in every city that I got to kind of live in and visit. So I think it was a good thing for me just to see different places.
That's awesome. I love it. So out of all of those places, which one was your favorite city?
Chicago is my favorite city. Just the fans, the
Okay.
team wise, living. The food was great. It was a big city. I'm from Las Vegas. I'm from a city type of guy, so I love Chicago.
Love it. What's your favorite spot to eat in Chicago?
Uh, Place called Chicago Cut.
Okay, Chicago Cut. What do they have? What is it?
They got
I've never
steak, they
been.
got seafood, they got everything.
Okay,
Whatever
I
you
gotta
want,
check
they
it. Is
got
it
it. They
like
got
a
some
high
bomb.
end? Is it like Del Frisco's or something like
Yeah, it's
that?
kind
And
of like a Del
Morton's?
Frisco's. Yeah,
Okay.
they got some bomb fried oysters.
Ooh, I love fried oysters.
Yeah, they're
Ooh,
bomb.
okay, okay. So definitely Chicago. You don't mind the
Yeah,
cold and stuff. Like, what's the difference between there and Las Vegas? Like, I've only been to Vegas to party. So, what
right.
is it like in Vegas year round?
It's the same. I mean, it's like kind of like New York. Vegas never sleeps. We don't live in
Oh,
casinos. We
really?
have actually have houses that people think we live in.
You do?
Yeah, we have suburbs, inner city, just like everybody else. But I think it's getting bigger and better now because a lot of entertainment's coming here. We got sports teams now, so it's a lot of good stuff
Right. I
happening in
totally
the city.
forgot. Oh, that's awesome. Where do you live? Like, everything is close, or is it like going downtown? Like, if you said Manhattan, like, is that the strip? So you probably live in what, like Brooklyn, Long Island, and then you would go down the strip, and that's Manhattan if we're gonna like compare it to New York.
Yeah, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So everything's probably like maybe 20, 25 minutes away. Nothing's crazy far. Maybe just
Okay.
from one side of town to the next, maybe it might take you like 30 minutes or whatever, but it's nothing like crazy. Like it is traffic is, not like New York. It's only like maybe between like 3 and 6.
Oh, got you. And what's the weather like? It gets colder? Does it snow? No? Is
It
it
snowed
cold?
actually last week. It snowed last
No
week
way.
for a day. I mean, it didn't stick or anything like that, but it
Yeah.
got some, you saw see some white stuff on the grass. So, but it's
So
definitely
it
cool just
snows
to see
in
the
the
different.
desert.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely does. It gets cold. No one thinks it gets cold in Vegas.
No, I would never think that. I'm like, because every time I go, it's like 122 and I'm at a
Yeah,
pool
yeah.
party. And, you forget that it's that hot because you're by a pool. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah. You need a real tour of the real Vegas, not just the
I
the,
know.
the entertainment part.
I know. I got to check it out one day. What else is there to do besides the Vegas Strip? Talk to the people. Like, sell us Vegas. Like,
There's
besides
there's
sports
everything.
teams and all, what else?
There's everything. There's food. There's tours. We got the Lake Las Vegas close by. You can go to the lake, and uh,
Ooh.
do all that kind of stuff, scuba diving, all that kind of stuff. We got everything. I
Ooh.
mean, Vegas is a one-stop shop. Just don't lose all
I
your
love
money, or you're
it.
gonna be mad.
Right. Next time I go to Vegas, I'm going to skip the casino. Well, no, I probably do those things, but just spend 1 or 2 days there. But I
Right?
definitely will try and go and explore like the outskirts, check out the mountains, the desert,
Yeah,
that lake.
yeah,
That sounds amazing. Definitely had
yeah.
to
We
do
got a
that.
lot of good hiking and stuff here too. A lot of views
Oh,
on the mountains.
hiking.
Yeah,
Yes. Okay. I might have to go and put a photo shoot in there too. You know me. We're gonna make it
yeah.
work.
You super
I'm gonna
extra.
make it
Yeah,
work.
you
I'm
extra.
gonna have to call some of your people. I'm gonna call your PR. Shout out to your PR, by the way. Your PR. I'm gonna have them set me up. We gonna
Hey,
make
they
it
got
happen.
you.
We
They're
gonna
gonna
make
get
it
you right.
happen. I love it. So if you had to choose between obviously Chicago, we just said, or Vegas, which one would you choose?
Vegas is home. I mean, I'm not
Okay.
going nowhere else besides that. I know everywhere to go, where not to go with people who ain't here. So I know
All right.
everywhere to do. So I know this is home. So I'm not going nowhere.
And your family's still there and stuff like around you and all that?
Yeah, my mom, dad is still here, cousins, aunts, and uncles.
Love it.
Everybody's still here. So yeah.
I love it.
Yep.
See, people think I'm crazy because like I tell them I'll travel, I'll do things, but I'm like I'm born and raised here in New York. So I
Right.
want to
Yeah.
live here. And they're like, so I don't know how I'm ever gonna find a husband because none of my husbands want to come and live in New York. And I just don't understand it.
Yeah. It's too
So
much.
I'm just
Yeah.
like, come on now. Like it's one of the greatest cities ever. You can attest to that. You loved playing in Brooklyn. You know,
It
speaking of
is.
Brooklyn, what do you think of this new Brooklyn team, boy? What do you
Yeah.
think of this new Brooklyn lineup?
They're going to be pretty good. You know, they got to kind of get some camaraderie and kind of gel together and pick it up on the defensive end. But I think, you know, with those three big names right there,
Yeah.
that's going to, you know, be star power every night. You know, every team's going to be gunning for them, regardless if they win the championship or not, because they want to give them their best game. But they're going to be in the running for a championship, I feel like.
Oh, I know. Did you see the game the other night with Westbrook versus Durant and all
Yeah.
that? And like
Yeah, I
that
saw that.
game was crazy.
Yeah.
I was like 149 to what? Like the
Yeah.
score
Nobody's
was
playing no defense.
ridiculous. No defense. You were a great defensive player. I know you played great defense, and that was something that was, you know, made you super amazing as well in the league because not only could you score, but defense is huge. What was your
Mhm.
role, you know, in the league? Like, where did you find yourself? You know, were you the star player? Were you the sixth man? Where were your strengths in the league when you were playing?
I feel like I got a little bit of everything because when I first came in the league, I didn't play a lot like my rookie year.
Yeah,
I mean, I got kind of like sparing minutes, and then the second and third year, I became more of a scorer. And then after that, kind of transitioned to becoming off the bench, and which I kind of excelled in because I love coming off the bench
right.
and bringing the energy, picking up full court, and also get my teammates involved, and also scoring also. So as I got older, this came more into a old fashioned point guard, which is trying to set everyone up and then trying to find my points a little bit after. So I mean, I think I had fun and did a pretty good job, you know, shining in that little limelight.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I think that's definitely what given you the longevity that you've had in the league. You know, a
Yeah,
lot of guys sometimes won't last that long, but because you were able to adapt, you were able to go with the flow, you were able to
right,
fit in and fill in those pieces. I love what you had said. I loved coming off the bench. Like I didn't mind starting, but
right,
sometimes I really loved like the energy and the thrill of coming off that bench and being
yeah,
that energizer bunny, like changing and shifting the game. Cause I'd be sitting there and like, oh man, we didn't get enough rebounds. Oh, man, we didn't
right,
get enough steals. Oh, we need to
right,
get more points. We need to lock. I gotta lock that girl up right there. Like, you know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Or that guy up, whatever. I gotta
yeah,
do this. So I really love that factor of just being able to come off the bench and being that game changer and that shifter and like being able to, you know, make those changes. So that was something
right.
I really loved doing. I mean, I know that you definitely love doing it. I'm hoping and assuming because you lasted so long doing it.
Yeah, yeah, I love doing it. Like you said, definitely good to be able to sit on the bench, you know, watch what's happening in the game, being able to come in the game and affect things and make some changes that you saw that maybe wasn't happening prior to you
Right.
getting on the court. So I think that's the biggest thing, you know, with coming off the bench. As long as you come in there with the right mentality and the right focus, you know, you can definitely come in and make changes to the game and make changes that will help your team.
Exactly. See all these gems he's dropping, folks? This is what he's out here. He's teaching the people, he's giving you great insight. And this is firsthand because he's had these experiences and these trials and tribulations and overcome all of that to get to where he is now. And I think that's so awesome. And I'm so proud of you and so happy for you, especially with all those things going on in your life. I really wanted to talk about how you ended up transitioning, though, from the NBA to philanthropist and then author. Like, I know that you have your foundation, Quiet Storm Foundation, and I really want to touch on that because I know that's dear to you. And let's just talk about that transition from the NBA into that philanthropy work and now being an
Um,
author.
I mean, it wasn't really a big transition, honestly, because I've been doing it since ever since my rookie year. So it wasn't
Okay.
really a transition. My foundation started 2009, and we've
Wow.
been doing things ever since. So we do like a free basketball camp every year, and the big reason
Love
we
it.
did that because when I was younger, my parents always, you know, kind of worked hard and fought tooth and nail to get me into certain camps. Which got me
Right.
exposure with all those camps used to cost, you know, $300, $400. And that's a lot of money, you know,
A
for
lot.
parents and stuff like that. So I always wanted to do a free camp for kids and just be able to give back to them and say, you know, I'm not gonna really want to charge you guys. I don't want your money. I just want you to come here, have fun, learn, and play basketball, and learn from people that are teaching you, coaches and stuff like that. So that was a big thing of starting the foundation.
Oh, that's amazing. So what do you do now with it, especially with everything going on with COVID? Are you guys still active? Are you guys still able to provide and be out there for the community with everything going on since it's like a lot of homeschooling and stuff?
Yeah, so COVID has, put a damper on things. We didn't do the basketball camp this year. We have
Right.
a essay contest we do every Black History Month, which is this month.
Oh,
We
wow. Yes.
usually have like a big luncheon and stuff like that. So we're thinking about doing that, but we're still doing a after school program that we have every second and fourth Saturday, where kids come do some homework. They do a STEM project. We have a teacher come in and teach them about mental health. And they have a gym instructor to teach them about different gym activities to keep them in shape and keep them exercising, keep them healthy. So that's the thing that we're doing now since COVID has happened. We're going to continue to do those things, until certain rules and stuff unleash, and be able to get people out the house.
Right. I love it. What made you choose those programs specifically that you are doing with kids? You talked about mental health, you talked about mental health, you talked about, schoolwork, education. Why did you choose those things for your foundation?
Because those things are typical for kids. Mental health is a real big thing, especially during
Right.
during COVID. Want to make
Huge.
sure their mental health is on point. And they're not thinking about committing suicide or doing damage to their body or anyone else's. And also just with the exercise, we want kids to get out of the house, not be stuck on iPads or TVs or and PlayStations all day. Let them get out, get some fresh air. And also, one thing that I didn't mention, we have a chef come in and teach them how to cook a healthy meal.
Oh,
So
wow.
we do that
Yes.
also. So we want to teach kids good, healthy eating habits. So we want that to be something in their repertoire also.
I love that. Those are amazing things that you touched upon. I'm super excited. Why? I'm like, because I'm starting my foundation. It's called the Good Vibes Foundation this year as well. And those are the things that I want to touch up. So we have to partner in some shape or form
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
down the line. I would love to because those things are so important and
yeah,
it's so different. I know you and I, we're a lot older now. Growing up, we didn't have a lot of these issues and problems because
right.
there wasn't the social media. There wasn't all
Hmm.
these external factors that you had around you. You were focused mostly just on basketball or your work or whatever you're doing.
Right,
Now everyone in a weird way is kind of like a Michael Jordan on some shape or form in their own little
right.
bubble. You get remember like
Yeah, yeah.
if you watch The Last Dance, for example, he was like, I didn't want to be in the spotlight. I didn't want to
Right,
have all of that on me. I just wanted to play ball. But he
right.
didn't realize, you have to, sometimes take a stance and being in that spotlight. And it's so
Yeah,
crazy today. Like, I even think that your book, the bullying book relates to that because of all the things that are going on. Think of like the kids that are being bullied and cyber bullied. And
right.
it's just a lot of the external factor that we didn't have to go through and face. So I
Yeah, for
think
sure.
that's huge that you touch on those things, and mental health in general is huge because that's, with COVID going around, you have to build up your immune system, get that zinc, that vitamin D, that C, you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Have your elderberry, drink your
yep.
teas, work out, do all that
Yeah.
good stuff. During all of this, what are you doing, by the way, to maintain that and stay healthy during these times with
Um,
everything going on?
just doing the same thing like you said. Drinking my elderberry little drops every morning, my sea moss.
Yes,
Just
shout
making
out to
sure,
Steve.
yeah, making sure I get out the house with my kids, making sure they get out the house, go and play, and not stay inside, and and just be stuck on the computer doing homework or just watching TV, anything. Just make sure I keep them active, and I think we're trying to do the best job we can, with the circumstances given. But at the end of the day,
Right.
just gotta do what you got to do, and I think that's what we're trying to do best.
Love it. How old are your kids? Are they super young or are they in high school, grade school?
I have 13, 4, and
Oh,
6
wow.
months.
Oh, wow. Yes. Well,
Yeah, yeah,
congratulations. That's
appreciate
awesome.
it.
Do any of your kids play sports like you or follow in your footsteps or want to follow in your footsteps already?
So my daughter, my oldest daughter, played basketball. She doesn't really play it anymore because she always got knocked down to the ground, kind
Yeah.
of uncoordinated. But she plays volleyball now. She's pretty good at volleyball, so I
Yes.
think that's her sport. I never wanted my kids to play basketball. I want them to kind of
Right.
play sports and learn the benefits of sports. The leadership mentality, the communication, being resilient, all those things that sports can teach you. But I never want to push them into a sport because I've seen that so many times with kids
Oh yeah.
my
Oof.
age, just growing up, parents trying to live through their kids, making their kid be this star player or whatever, and their kid end up not even playing anymore. Hate the sport that they play. So I think I just wanted them to be successful in their in whatever they wanted to do. But I'm just always going to push them and make sure they try to be the best they can.
That's awesome. And you preach that in all of your books. So you know what I'm
Yeah, yeah,
saying? Believe in
yeah,
yourself, do the best that you can, be the best that you can.
yeah.
What led you to being this author? So now you finished playing, you have your foundation. So that was a good, easy transition. You've already been doing all the amazing work that you've been doing, and it's just striving and thriving. Sorry. So what led you to be this author now?
Honestly, it was just an idea I had. I was just sitting on the couch one day watching TV, and I was just like, how can I continue to inspire kids, and what can I do? And I had this idea of writing a book. I never wrote a book before. I didn't know any authors besides one of my old basketball coaches, and I called him up and asked him, how do I go about this idea that I have of writing a book? And he was like, you know what, just go and do it. Just don't sit on the idea, just try to make it happen. And he
Right.
introduced me to this lady, Tamika, and she helped me write my books. And we kind of went from there. We talked for the first 6 or 7 months, trying to get all the ideas I had in my head onto paper and, kind of into a
Wow.
plan. And that was kind of the gist of it. And now you see the end product is, the finished product, which is the books.
It's amazing. So when did you start this? How long ago?
April 2020.
Oh, so it like literally just happened during quarantine and you're already 3 books in.
Or 2019, sorry. 2019.
Okay. Okay.
I
So
think
like
so, yeah.
not even. So that's like 2 years going and you're 3 books in and you
Yeah.
want to make this a series, right? So a little birdie told me that you want to
Yeah,
make
yeah.
this a series.
Yeah, I want to make it a series. And I'm not sure what's going to come from after that. Maybe trying to turn into a cartoon show, a movie. I mean, I don't know. I think the sky's the limit for all the things that can happen with it, but just take it one step at a time.
I love it. Why did you choose a bear?
A bear?
I mean, for CJ. Sorry, why did you choose CJ's character? I was
Oh,
like a
CJ.
bear.
Because I just wanted to, be myself and tell true stories. So I didn't know anyone else to name the character after. So I say, why not just name it myself?
I
I
love
don't
it.
know. Just I
And
could
their
have
life
probably thought of
stories.
something different, but I didn't. Yeah, but
I love it. No, they're true life stories, like you said, and they're all about you.
Mhm.
So that's super
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. I think it's great. I mean, kids can easily relate to it, and kind of put themselves into the character, and and take it from there, and just use their imagination. That's really all I want kids to
Exactly.
do. Just use their imagination and kind of be their own CJ, and be a better version of CJ.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it. And that's the whole point of those books, like I said, is to believe in yourself. And like you said, to just be a better person, to learn from those lessons. I think that is so awesome what you're doing and so awesome that you're giving back, especially with the Quiet Storm Foundation. How did you come up with that name, by the way? Quiet Storm, you have that going on. It's your Instagram
Hmm.
hashtag name.
Yeah.
That's where all the people can
uh,
find you down over there. What is that?
yeah.
Where did you come up with Quiet Storm?
So when I was like 16, I used to go to Tennessee every year because where my family's from, and see my sister and my grandma and all my aunts and uncles and family and whatever. And when I was 16, tattoos were like a fad then or becoming popular. And I was about to get a tattoo. I didn't know what to get. So me and my brother decided the picture that we were going to get. And we got the little N1 guy or whatever. And I didn't know what to put over it. So my sister was like, why don't you put Quiet Storm? Because you're quiet, you're shy, reserved. But once you step on the court, your game hits everyone like a storm. So that's why Quiet Storm came from. And it's
Ooh.
been there with me, ever since that day. So
I love it. I love it. And you dedicated the foundation to your grandmother, right? I know that's something very important to you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. My grandmother, yeah, she passed away last year when she was 99. She's from Nashville. She
Wow.
was a big pioneer in Nashville during the segregation days. She helped
Wow.
desegregate a school, which means she brought her black daughter with my aunt was one of the first black kids to go to school with white kids in that city. So that was a big thing back in the day.
Wow.
And she kind of helped spearhead that movement. And she got a lot of death threats, bomb threats. My family can tell stories for days about all the things that they faced because of that situation, and I think it just made them better in the end. And yeah, shout out to her and all the things that she did and
Yes.
engineered.
Oh, shout out to her and thank you for all that she's done. Oh my goodness,
Hmm.
especially the movement and helping us move forward and prevail.
Yeah,
And that's another message in one of your books is to keep prevailing no matter what
right.
happens in your books. And I think that's another great message and another gem that you also have in one of your stories. So, yes, kudos to you and your family.
Yeah,
That's in your blood to be a leader, CJ. It's in your bloodline to just give
yeah,
back and educate and teach. Look at this. Like your grandmother's that pioneer. Like if who needs more inspiration than that?
right,
That's like having Harriet Tubman over here as
right.
your, as your grandma.
Yeah, yeah, she definitely did a great job. And actually, she's we're dead. Actually, the city of Nashville is dedicating a street named after her in May. So we're gonna go
Oh
back to
wow.
Nashville during May
Yes.
and uh, be there for that celebration or party. So it's gonna be good just to see her name on the street. And no one ever would have thought that would happen, but all the things, like I
Wow.
said, all the things that she did and helped pioneer. That's kind of just a token of what she did and people she touched in that area.
Exactly. And she probably had a dream and she dreamed big. And that's also
Right.
another message in your book, another
Hey,
gem that as
you
you
got
just
all
keep
you
dreaming.
got all the right answers.
You know what I'm saying? I did my homework. I enjoyed the book, but I also really believe in the messages because, not only being an athlete, but just wanting to be an entrepreneur in this life and everything that,
Yeah.
you go through. I believe all
Mhm.
those little messages that you've had and those gems that you put in your book are like,
Yeah.
even if it's for a kid, like
Right.
to learn that at that age. And that's what we really need to do is put that into our youth. I feel like the parenting, I don't know what's going on these days. I'm not going to talk about anybody, but I don't know if they just think that iPad and YouTube is going to teach them, but in a weird way it is because it's giving
Right.
them more knowledge than what your parents should be doing. And that should be
Right.
coming
Yeah.
from your parent. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So these
Yeah.
gems and things that you're literally putting out there, I believe in them as well because there's something I can attest to, something I've gone through, something I've lived as well.
Mhm.
So
Right.
I know that's the main thing about your book are these are all true stories that have happened to you in your life. So I think that's amazing what you're doing with these books and your series. And shout out to the CJ series. I think it's awesome. When is your next book going to drop?
I don't know yet. We're still working on it. Hopefully, maybe by March or the springtime. So hopefully we can get it ready by then and get it out to the people and hopefully they like it like they like the first three books.
Yes, I love it. And literally, what are you doing now, by the way, besides all these things? You're a father, you're writing books, you're doing philanthropy work. I know that you are still playing a little bit of basketball. Is that still going out? Like you were in the big
Uh,
three like a year or two ago. Are you still going to be
yeah.
doing that? What's going on? Talk to us.
I don't know if my body holds up and lets me get through it. But I haven't played basketball in about a year. I still work out like here and there, like on Peloton bike, and just try to stay in shape and stuff like that. But as far as basketball workouts, yeah, I haven't touched a basketball, which actually feels pretty good. But it's kind of weird that I haven't played basketball in such a long time.
I know that's crazy. I like, do you not have a rim outside or something in your backyard? Like you just
I
want to
do,
shoot
but just
around?
never go out there. Never, especially during the winter time. I'm
Wow.
not going outside. It's freezing.
I forgot it gets cold out there. I'm still thinking you're in this hot 120 something degree desert.
Right, yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. I'm not playing anymore right now. Like I had a lawsuit, an injury, an ankle, a whole broken ankle thing. So I miss playing though. Like, do you ever miss playing?
I do miss playing. Yeah, I miss like just the talking trash part. The competition part. Just being in the locker room with the guys. Just chilling, hanging out. I think traveling. I think I miss that part. But as far as like the whole basketball part, I don't like waking up in the morning in pain and with nicks and knacks and
Right.
injuries and things of that nature. But that's the
That
worst.
part.
I feel like, yeah,
That part. Honey, I've invested in like stim machines and ice packs and
yeah.
all of this because
You gotta
people
have
really
all
don't
that.
understand what like,
Yeah.
and I'm just doing it on this low class level with what I can afford right now. Like, you don't understand like what you have to do to keep your body in shape as an athlete, especially
Mhm.
the games, the travel. If you add all these things going in, and then the
Yeah.
mental aspect of it, you have family, you have
Right.
friends, and all these other things pulling you left and right, your body, that takes a toll. I mean, I travel just to go from here to there and I'm tired or my body
Right.
hurts and I need a massage or something. But like I said,
Yeah.
I need like all those Therapacks. I need those thermo leg
Everything.
things. I need
Yeah.
all of this. I need
Yeah.
cryotherapy. I need ice pools.
Every
I don't have that in my
tech.
house. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
So if I were going to continue playing, I would need that 24/7 throughout my whole
Yeah.
body just to like
That's
keep it going.
same thing I tell my daughter all the time. Like, and she has like all these things to keep her healthy, and but she doesn't use it. I'm like, you better start using it, or you're gonna be sorry.
Right. Listen, I think one of your next books should be something about that, like take your vitamins or something. CJ's taking his vitamins to
Yeah,
stay
we talking
healthy.
about take your sea moss.
Take your sea moss. CJ said take your sea moss. Exactly. You really have to, because you got to implement these things, especially
Yeah,
early, at an early age. Because I always say your body is your temple number one. But think of
yeah,
it as like an expensive, luxurious, amazing car, right? So if you're a
right,
Mercedes, if you're a BMW and a Lexus and the Maseratis and stuff, you don't put regular gas in your body, honey. You
right.
put
Yeah,
premium
the
or you're going to
premium.
strip
Yeah,
the gears, right?
right,
So it's the same thing as an athlete or just as a regular person. You don't want to have to reverse the process later when you're already sick and not feeling good, because then your body
right,
has to go into double mode. Why not
right.
prevent it ahead of time and take care of yourself, you know?
Yep. Somebody taught you well, Avery. Yeah, somebody taught you well.
Listen, hey, you ever need anybody advice on a CJ book or anything? I got you. We can laugh. It's funny because I really was gonna write my own children's book, and it was funny the stories that was kind of similar to what you were saying. So, and
Yeah,
my bear, he's called Bear Bear. So I haven't thought of a name yet except for Bear Bear, but it's a
right,
story about his his life. Like he has a story where he's in school and he wants to be in this play and he tries to get this role and he goes in and he kills it. He thinks he kills it, but he doesn't. He's sad. So he comes back the next year. He tries again. He doesn't get it. The third year he comes back, and before he goes into junior high school, right? It's like fifth, sixth grade. So before he goes into junior high school, he makes this play. It's awesome. It's amazing. And the whole point is just keep trying, never give up.
right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
my
you got to
children's
do it.
book
You
is
got to write
coming
the
out.
book. Then you got to write the book.
Inspired me. See, the fact that I'm even interviewing you, that all this good energy, like, this is
Yeah,
like, you're
good
giving me,
vibes.
I'm writing
Good
my book
vibes
vibe.
foundation.
Mhm. Exactly. Look at you. Stop trying
Just
to
hey,
be like me, okay?
just put me as the executive producer on the side.
I got you. Listen, we're gonna write you in. Hard to God, write him in right now. Please, executive producer. Already said it. ESPN playback if we need to. It's right here. You are
Yep.
Maria in the mix. I love you, CJ. I'm so happy you came on here. I
No,
have
I
a hot
appreciate it.
seat
Thank you for
question
having me.
things for you, 10 questions before we leave. But
All
before we
right.
do that, I just really want you to talk about where we can find your foundation and stuff. Because you had mentioned something which was awesome for Black History Month. You had an essay. Is it too late to enter for that essay? Or can someone still apply for this?
So it's only for schools here in Las Vegas.
Okay.
So when I played in the NBA, we used to bring the winners from Las Vegas and travel them to whatever city I played in. And the reason why I did that because when I was younger, I'd never been to
Wow.
an NBA game. First NBA game I went to was the first one I played in. So it's kind of
No, are
weird,
you
and but
serious?
I swear we didn't have no, we was poor. We didn't have no money.
Oh my God, that's
So
amazing,
that was the
CJ.
first that was the first time I've been
Another
to an
gem,
NBA game.
people.
Yeah, so that's why I wanted to, give those kids the experience of coming on the half court, seeing, walking to the locker room, seeing how we get ready
Yes.
for games and stuff like that. But yeah, the Quiet Storm Foundation, the website is quietstormfoundation.org, and all the information is there. If you want to, volunteer, if you're ever in Vegas, want to come check us out, want to come to the basketball camp when we get it back up and running after COVID. And that's pretty much about it. If you want to check out the
Yes.
books is cjpins.com.
CJpins.com for the books,
Yeah. Hmm.
CJpins.com, and then Foundation.org.
Foundation.org. Yep.
Quietstormfoundation.org. So you guys, if you want to go for free camps or you have anybody in that area, Las Vegas area specifically, tap in, spread the love, spread the link, shout them out. CJ Pins for those books, or you could go on Amazon, 10.99, honey. I
True,
got one.
true.
I looked it up. Or, CJ Pins, go down there, download it, buy it, do all that good stuff. And then, of course, quietstormfoundation.org. Please spread the love. Please help our youth, and please spread these amazing messages that CJ is trying to put on right now. Like, and I love
Yeah,
you for it, and you're amazing for that. So keep doing what you're
appreciate it.
doing, and I cannot wait to read the rest of the other series.
Yes, please
But
let me
before
know.
you
Let me
go,
know what y'all think.
you're used to countdowns in a basketball game, you know, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So it's kind of like that. Just count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in your head because I need an answer. So it's the hot seat. Welcome to
Hmm.
Maria in the Mix. You rocking with the hot seat. So we're going to go, and I'm just going to give you 10 questions, and you just say this one or that one. So for
All
example,
right,
I'm going to say Starburst or Skittles. And you say,
Starburst.
okay, cool. Okay. Faster though. Hello.
I'm
Okay,
just. I
ready?
was trying to think which one I really liked.
Okay. Question one. Here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2. Rap or R&B?
R&B,
Biggie or Tupac?
West Coast, Tupac.
Ooh, okay. Air Force Ones or Jordan ones?
Mm, Jordan ones.
I was about to say you old school. You might say forces.
I ain't that
Okay.
old.
NBA or NFL?
NBA,
Okay. Boom. LA or New York?
LA,
Ugh, boo.
West Coast.
Rihanna or Beyonce?
It's a tough one, but you got to go with Queen B.
Okay. Yes, I love Queen Bee. Beach or snow?
Beach. I hate the cold. Beach all
Me
day.
too. Oh, yes, please. It's snowing in New York and there's a blizzard happening, and I just want to stay home for life. But anyways, yes. Okay. Nike or Adidas?
Nike all day.
Oh, yes. Okay. Netflix or Hulu?
Netflix. I don't even have Hulu.
Okay. Okay, neither do I. And last question, iPhone or Samsung?
iPhone. I never had anything but an iPhone.
Same here. Ding, 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 ding. You passed the hot seat. You did it in a timely fashion and manner, CJ. So shout out to you.
I try.
No, you're so awesome. You've been an awesome guest. I'm so happy you got to talk about your book and your books in general. Shout them out one more time so the people know what we're talking about. CJ's Big.
CJ's Big Dream, CJ's Big Project, and CJ's Big Moment. You can go pick them up on Amazon or go to cjpens.com and pick them up and let me know what y'all think. Leave a comment on Amazon or review, 5 stars, of course, and let me know.
Please, you guys, these are amazing books. Thank you for tapping in because he dropped amazing gems tonight, just like he drops in those books. So please spread the love to our youth, encourage them, educate them, and please keep doing what you're doing, CJ, because you are changing the world and you are making it a better place. And we need more of that, especially with everything going on. So, Mr. CJ Watson, I thank you so much for coming on Maria in the Mix and being one
Thank
of
you
my
for having
amazing
me.
guests. And I'm so
Appreciate it.
proud of you. Definitely. And I just wish you all the luck and love in the world. And thanks again, love.
Thanks, you too. Appreciate it. Thanks again.
Always. Everybody, thanks again for tuning in. I'm Maria, and you tuned in to Maria in the Mix. You already know what it is. Vibes all day. We had a great time. Tune in. Oh, I have a special guest tomorrow. I'm coming back early this week because I had an extra guest. So tune in tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. Once again, shout out to CJ Watson doing his thing and his amazing books and his amazing works and contribution to life. Shout out to you. Mwah. I'm out.